You guys ever been to school? God, that was stupid. Let's try that again. You guys remember your school days? Because you should. It's not been that long for the most of us. Friends, pranks, crushes, and the games period. And yeah, studies too. Do you guys also remember politics, cliques, and backstabbings? No? Because there certainly were. Don't take my word for it. Here, talk to Bully. No, not the one from your school. But today's topic, the 2006 game Bully, made by Rockstar Vancouver. For those who don't know the game, the title must seem a little weird, right? How can they make a game which promotes bullying? To which I say, don't judge a book by its cover. But I understand that it is exceedingly difficult to ignore such a cover. You know who else made that mistake about this game? The media. Some even going so far as to call this game a school shooting simulator, which I'd rather not delve into. But of course, they were wrong. Or were they? Yes. Most definitely yes. But we are here to talk about its appeal, right? So buckle up, people, because today we are going to talk about the appeal of Bully and try to figure out, is it the best game Rockstar ever made? Let's take a step back here. For those unaware, Bully is set in a fictional school called Bulworth Academy, situated in a tiny town of Bulworth. Our protagonist here is Jimmy Hopkins. His mother keeps marrying rich old dudes and does not love him. He himself has been expelled from 7 different schools for bad behavior and looks like a lost cause. But there is a good heart deep down there somewhere. The structure of the game is not too far from any other GTA games. But here, the map just consists the school and the surrounding town. But we can't have a game set in school with guns and rocket launchers. So, the combat focuses on melee and childish weaponry like slingshots, eggs, and stink bombs. Our boy Jimmy and the player instantly realizes that the school has a deep-rooted bullying culture, or in Jimmy's words,
so here I am at probably the worst school in the country, whose alumni are nothing but arms dealers, serial killers, and corporate lawyers. Real scum. And that old creep thinks he can tame me? We shall see, my friend. I only give people what they have coming to them.
Upon that, the school is divided into different cliques of nerds, who, are nerds, entitled rich boy preps, auto shop and leather jacket enthusiast greasers, and the jocks of sporting teams. Such a differentiation in non-player characters might seem arbitrary at first, but you would see that the members of different cliques have certain characteristics and background dialogues. This also provides a proper structure to the story of the game. Speaking of which, the structure of the game subverts from classic Rockstar formula, where the player is directly dropped in a massive open world. Here, the player is restricted to the school premises itself for the first complete chapter, by which time the story of the game starts to unfold. But more importantly, the player is used to the basics of the game by this point. Jimmy has to attend classes daily, which are different minigames for each subject. Player can choose not to attend classes, but each class passed unlocks new abilities and weapons. Beating up and bullying other students raises your wanted level, during when prefects and teachers can catch Jimmy. If caught, the player is subjected to detention, which is a mind-numbingly boring minigame. The game also has quite a few collectibles, collecting all of which leads to awesome perks, like collecting all rubber bands scattered around the map rewards you with a rubber band ball. Halloween and winter seasons open up new missions and collectibles, which can only be done during that time in the game. From helping drunk Santas in the town to attempting a mega prank on teachers on Halloween. The game rewards you for completing classes and helping others, showing the good side of Jimmy and proving that this game is not a bullying simulator. Each chapter is dedicated to one of the cliques, where Jimmy beats the bullies and takes over these cliques. The town itself is divided up in areas of influence for each clique. The posh streets for pubs, Backtown for greasers, an observatory near school for the nerds, and the sporting complex for the jocks. Your relationship with each of these cliques cements how easy or difficult your life in this school is going to be. These cliques also shape a major part of Jimmy's story and character. Gotta admit, these segues are fire. On his first day in this school, Jimmy meets Gary and Pete. Where Pete is shy and needs protection all the time, Gary is a bullying psychopath. Gary befriends Jimmy, shows him the school, and takes his advantage until he no longer is useful. At which point, Gary leaves him to fight the muscle of the school, Russell, at the end of chapter 1. The principal of the school is comically oblivious to the culture of the school, while the teachers are a wild bunch of bad influences, from drunk on job English teacher to a corrupt math one, always high teacher of chemistry to an unsanitized cook. All the other chapters are spent working for cliques, taking over them, helping those in need, and teaching bullies a lesson till the end, when Gary starts a riot in school and takes the principal hostage. At this point, Jimmy beats up Gary and frees the school of bullies. During all this, Jimmy is still kinda bratty and spoiled, so he's not an out and out good guy. He clicks lewd pictures of head cheerleader at the behest of the nerd's leader, for goodness sake. But to be fair, he takes them down when he sees what he has done, and that his actions have consequences. Speaking of Jimmy Hopkins is a dick. He treats his friends poorly and beats up people. He is also the best protagonist in any of the Rockstar games, only matched in complexity and character by John Marston and Arthur Morgan of the Red Dead series. While most GTA protagonists don't have a shifting arc, for example, Claude from GTA 3, CJ from San Andreas, Tommy from Vice City, Nico from GTA 4, and all three from GTA 5 start and end their games as gangsters. Maybe they are ruling an empire by the end, but they are gangsters nonetheless. I'm not saying that this makes them bad characters, far from it, but you don't expect much from them. Partly because they are adults and have lived a life of crime. So do Arthur Morgan and John Marston from Red Dead 1 and 2. But Jimmy is just a 15-year-old and can grow up to be a good man. So much so that we see changes in his character throughout the story of the game, where he learns to care for his only friend Pete, goes from senselessly beating people to protecting them from bullies, and realizing how his actions affect those around him and caring for them. That's not saying he's still not a right kid, but he has started to change. He has started on his road to redemption, pun not intended. And it is this story arc which makes him an outstanding protagonist and the game special. But there are other aspects besides story and character which contribute in making this game unique and special. Bully does not have a map similar in scale to other GTA games, but its compactness means that all points of interest and collectibles are near to each other. As previously mentioned, the town of Bulworth is divided in territories for different cliques, And so is the school campus itself. The town also has a market, a fun carnival, an accessible asylum, and a chemical factory. Area around which is occupied by another bunch of students introduced much later in the game. The conciseness of the map means that you will learn it like the back of your hand in no time. The premises of the school itself is quite diverse, from different classes to a football field to the auto shop, a library, hostels for girls and boys, and a different posh hostel for the pubs. The music of the game is quite memorable in itself, with the scores during mission perfectly encapsulating the feel of the situation, while the one during free roaming is chill yet memorable. But enough of that bullcrap. Now comes time for the big question. Is Bully the best game Rockstar ever made? No, of course not. It's Rockstar Table Tennis.